Hey everyone, this is Scott here again with a new video to help you learn how to trade, invest, and master your finances so you can apply that knowledge in the real world and multiply your money. And in today's video, you'll be learning on a very in-depth level about the call debit spread option trading strategy. And so this is going to be a bullish option buying strategy. And as I mentioned in my put debit spread video, I generally do not advise buying options. And that's because the edge in options trading does lean in favor of the option seller as opposed to the buyer. But there can definitely be a time and place for buying options as well. These debit spread strategies can be a great engagement tool to be still active in the markets if there's not a lot of opportunity to be selling options at the moment. So be sure to stick around for the full video because by the end, you'll know exactly how the call debit spread works and you'll be able to start using it yourself. And if this stuff sounds interesting to you, then please do me a favor and hit the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Now very quickly before we get started here, if you would like to take some in-depth classes on options trading, and stock market investing, then check out my courses on Skillshare. I've been teaching on that platform for well over a year at this point. And in case you aren't aware, Skillshare is a lot like YouTube, except the content on that platform is geared solely towards the purpose of education in the form of online classes. And in my classes, you will see a lot of the detailed research and analysis that I have done using real stock market data with spreadsheets, graphs, and even computer programs that I have written to help simulate and prove the concepts that I am teaching. And I provided some links to some of the more introductory courses of mine in the description of this video below. Now you will need a premium membership with the Skillshare platform if you do want to watch my courses, but if you do sign up for that membership using the links provided in the description of this video, you'll get an absolutely free 2-week trial. And during that time, you can watch all my courses on Skillshare absolutely for free. And then once your trial is over, it will only cost you a few dollars a month to maintain your membership, and you'll gain access to all the future courses that I have planned going forward, in addition to all the other classes that are on Skillshare too. And if you decide it's not for you, no worries, you can cancel before your trial's over and you won't lose a dime. But again, if you are interested, then check out those links below and join the thousands of other students that have already taken my classes. And so with that being said, we're going to jump on over to my trading platform now and we'll get things started. All right, welcome to my trading platform here, and this time we'll be taking a look at a 1-year price action chart of Plug Power. So this will be the stock that I'm going to use to illustrate how you can take advantage of the call debit spread strategy. And so as I mentioned previously, the call debit spread is a bullish option buying strategy. And it's basically going to be the opposite of the call credit spread. I do also have a tutorial video on that one, and I'll post a card above linking to that so you can watch it later. So the call credit spread is a bearish option selling strategy. And like I said, the call debit spread here is a bullish option buying strategy. So it's just the opposite. And so the reason why I have chosen Plug Power here is because you can see as of late, the stock has definitely decreased in price by a lot. It's gone from a high of 75 bucks per share all the way down to a low of right around 34 bucks per share. So the stock price has basically been cut more than in half. And now I'm starting to see Plug Power hitting some support right around here. So potentially this could be a good time to put on a bullish strategy. So the call debit spread, just like the call credit spread, is going to consist of two main components. Two different options. We're going to buy one call option, and at the same time we're also going to sell a call option. So to give you an example, let's go on over to the trade tab now, and let's go into the May expiration cycle. As of today's recording, these options, both the calls on the left hand side and the puts on the right hand side, all these options expire in 62 days. And generally speaking, when you are buying options, either just buying a call by itself or buying a debit spread of some sort, you generally want to give yourself a lot more time until the expiration date. So going at least 60 days out is something I would definitely recommend. And so generally speaking, the way I would put on a debit spread, whether a call debit spread or a put debit spread, is for the option I'm going to buy, I would choose a strike that is slightly in the money. So for example, with Plug Power trading at $38.28 currently, the call option with a 35 strike is about $3 in the money at the moment. And the reason why I would choose to buy an option that is slightly in the money is because doing so will generally give you a pretty decent chance of success or probability of making a profit without having to pay too much money to put on this position in the first place. It's a good balance. So I'm going to buy this 35 strike call option, and then at the same time I'm going to sell this 45 strike call option. Those are the two pieces that you need to put on the call debit spread. So let's go ahead and set up the order so you can see how it looks. So I'm going to go to buy and then vertical, and that's because the debit spread strategies or the credit spread strategies are all categorized under vertical spreads. It's just another name for them. So I'm going to buy a vertical, and that brings up the order down here. And so you can see I'm going to buy one contract, May expiration, call option with the 35 strike. And then at the same time, I'm also going to sell one contract, and it's going to be the 45 strike call option, which is right here. So now that I have my strike selected, I can take a look at the debit that I will have to pay initially to put on this position. So as always, these numbers are going to be quoted on a per share basis. So the debit I will have to pay is $3.70 per share. And because each of these contracts are tied to 100 shares per contract, that means I just multiply this number by 100. So the total amount of money I have to put up to get into this position is $370. And in case you're wondering why I have to pay money to put on this kind of position, it's because the option I'm buying here has a strike price that is closer to where Plug Power is currently trading for. And options with strikes that are closer to where the stock is trading will always be worth more than options with strikes further away. So the 35 strike call option, you can see looking at the bid and ask prices, is trading for right around $800 by itself. And the 45 strike call option is trading for right around $430 or so. So definitely much less. So ultimately, because we are paying more money for the option we're buying compared to the amount of money we're taking in for the option we're selling, the overall net result is I still do have to pay some money to put on this position. It's obviously a lot less than just buying the 35 strike call option by itself, right? $800 compared to only $370. So if you are looking to get very directional on a stock, then using these debit spreads can be a great way to do so without having to put up too much capital. These strategies are a great way for option traders with smaller accounts to be very active in trading and allowing their position sizes to still be very small. And that's something I always recommend. Keep your position sizes in terms of how much capital you are putting up per position very small. And so now, as with all my other strategy tutorial videos, I'm going to walk you through a few different scenarios so that you can see how this kind of strategy will play out in each different scenario. So starting off first with the best case scenario, right? The reason why I put on this strategy in the first place is because I am bullish on Plug Power. So let's say I did get the directional move correct, and by the expiration date, by May 21st, let's say Plug Power has a very nice rally and goes from $38 per share all the way to, let's say, $50 per share. So in that case, the stock price would be well above both of my strikes here. So let's first consider the 45 strike call option. This is the option that we sold as part of the call debit spread. And so if this option becomes in the money by the expiration date, what is that going to mean? Well, considering this option contract from the buyer's perspective, the person we sold this contract to, if by the expiration date the stock is above the strike price, the buyer of this option is going to use the contract. They're going to exercise their call option here so that they can buy 100 shares of Plug Power at a price of $45 per share and then potentially turn around and sell them back into the market at a price of $50 per share from our hypothetical scenario here. And so if the buyer of this call option has the right to buy 100 shares of Plug Power, that means the seller of this contract is the person who has to actually sell those 100 shares to the contract buyer. That is the agreement you enter into as the seller of this call option. You are obligated to sell 100 shares of Plug Power at the strike price. And so where are we going to get those 100 shares of Plug Power to sell to the buyer of this contract? Well, we're just going to get them from this call option. This is the call option that we are the buyers of. And so as the buyer of this call, we have the right to buy 100 shares of Plug Power at a price of $35 per share. And so ultimately, if I use this call option to buy 100 shares of Plug Power at $35 per share, and then I turn around and sell them at a price of $45 per share, that means I make a profit of $10 per share. Times the 100 shares I'm dealing with here, that's an overall profit of $1,000. But now you do also have to keep in mind that $370 you have to pay to put on this position in the first place. And this is money you will never get back if you hold this position all the way until the expiration date. So if you make $1,000 trading the stock, but you lose $370 for these options, then your overall profit at the end of the day is $630, which is still very good. And that is the most amount of money you can make with this exact position here. So unlike just buying a call option by itself, which gives you theoretically infinite upside, with a debit spread, you do have a capped profit potential. So even if plug power goes to $1,000 by the expiration date, you will still only be able to buy those shares at 35 and then sell them at 45. So $630 is the maximum amount of money you can make with this position here. And I would say that's pretty good risk to reward. You're risking 370 to make potentially a little less than 2 times this. And again, that ties back into why I generally like to buy an option that is slightly in the money, because doing so will generally give you a pretty good risk to reward setup. It will give you a nice balance between not having to pay too much money, which then gives you a lot of room in the best case scenario to make a significant profit. Now, what about the worst case scenario? What if I am dead wrong on my directional assumption here in plug power, and by May 21st, the stock actually drops from 38 down to maybe 25? Well, in this case, both of these options here would be out of the money by the expiration date, and therefore they would just expire worthless. They would just disappear. And along with that, so would the money that you paid to put on the position. This $370 would also just disappear, and you would never get it back. So this is the most amount of money you could lose on this position. It does have defined risk, which is a nice thing to have. And that's something that buying stock, for example, will not give you. If instead of using this debit spread here, you just went and bought 100 shares of plug power at a price of $38 per share, and then it dropped down to 25, you're going to lose a whole lot more money than just $370. And the further down the price drops, the more money you'll lose. With these option spreads, however, you always have defined risk. Your losses are always capped. And then finally, the last scenario I'll walk you through is what happens if, by the expiration date, plug power ends up somewhere in between our strikes here. So let's say by May 21st, plug power really has not gone anywhere, and by the expiration date, it's still at $38 per share. So it essentially drops by only 28 cents. Doesn't really move. Well, in this case, the 45 strike call option, the option we sold, will still be out of the money, in which case it just expires worthless. It disappears. But the 35 strike call option will still be slightly in the money. And as the buyer of this contract, you can definitely use it to buy 100 shares of plug power at a price of $35 per share, and then once you've done that, you can immediately turn around, sell those shares back into the market at the market price of $38 per share, and in doing so, you would make a profit of $3 per share. Once again, times 100 shares, that's an overall profit of $300. So if you make $300 trading the stock, but you still lose $370 from paying for this position, then the overall net result is you walk away with a loss of $70. So definitely not a big deal, but this does prove my point in that these debit spread strategies, these option buying strategies, you do have to be directionally correct to actually make a profit. And that is not the case for option selling strategies like the call credit spread or the put credit spread. With those strategies, you can actually be completely directionally wrong. You can be bullish and the stock can actually go down in price and you can still walk away with a full profit. And that's one of the main reasons why I pretty much only ever sell options. And lastly here before wrapping up, as with all my other strategy tutorial videos, I do want to touch on the probabilities of profit with these kinds of strategies. So because you do have to be directionally correct, your chance of making a profit on these kinds of strategies is going to be a lot lower than option selling strategies. And you can use the option chain here to actually quantify your probability of making a profit on this trade. So for example, looking at the 35 strike call option again, this is the option that we're buying in this case. If you look at this percentage right here, this is the probability of this option contract being in the money by the expiration date. Or in other words, that is the probability of plug power being above $35 per share by the expiration date. And as of right now, it's basically wrapped around 50%. Now, in order to make a profit on this position here, you need to make more money by trading the stock than you have to pay to put on this position. So you have to make more than $370 trading the stock by the expiration date, which means by May 21st, you need plug power to be at minimum at $38.70. So that would be another scenario where the stock price ends up in between our strikes here, which means you would just be using the call option you bought, the 35 strike call option, to buy your 100 shares here at a price of $35 per share, and then you could sell them back into the market at $38.71 if that's where Plug Power ended up by May 21st, and that would give you a profit of $3.71 per share times 100 shares. That's an overall profit of $371. Minus the $370 you paid for this position, that leaves you an overall profit of just $1. So now if we look at the 40 strike call option, which is somewhat close to $38.71, and we look at the chance or the probability that this option is in the money by the expiration date, or that Plug Power is above $40 per share by May 21st, it's about 37.5%. So using this number to basically give an estimate of the probability of Plug Power being above $38.71 by May 21st, I would say that's around a 40% chance of that happening. So only around a 40% chance of making at least $1 on this trade, which means there's a 60% chance about that you will not profit on this trade. So hopefully putting it in that perspective, you can see that with these option buying strategies, the odds are generally not in your favor for making a profit. So again, that's why I recommend you pursue option selling strategies, because those strategies can give you a 70% chance of making a profit, or 80% or 90%, depending on how you construct the trade. And that obviously puts the odds well in your favor. Now you can also improve your odds of success with this position by buying an option that is further in the money. So for example, if I instead bought the 30 strike call option and sold the 40 strike call option right here, now this position would have a higher chance of making a profit, right? The 30 strike call option is here. It has about a 63% chance of being in the money by the expiration date. But now, as you can see, we have to pay a lot more money to put on this position. It's now $515. So by the expiration date, you need to make more than $515 with the stock to still come up with a profit at the end of the day. So that means by the expiration date, you would need Plug Power to be at least at $35.16 to make at least $1 on this trade. So if we look at the 35 strike call option, because that's very close to $35.16, the chance that Plug Power trades above that price by the expiration date is right around 50%. So now in this case, with this setup, you have a 50-50 shot of making some profit on the trade by the expiration date. And also your profit in the best case scenario would be a lot smaller, right? Because once again, you can only ever make $1,000 trading the stock here. And if you have to pay $515 for this position in the first place, that means the most amount of money you can make on this trade is $485. You do have a slightly higher chance of success. And actually also in this case, Plug Power can drop a little bit in price. It can go from 38 down to $35.16. So I shouldn't say you always have to be directionally correct to make money on these trades. But most of the time, especially if you want a better risk to reward setup, then you will have to be directionally correct. And so that concludes this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and please let me know your thoughts or if you've got questions in the comment section below. And don't forget, if you want to take some in-depth classes on options trading, and stock market investing, then check out my Skillshare courses, links in the description of this video. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, then please give it a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and make sure those notifications are turned on. I'll be dropping new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you don't want to miss out. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.